welcome to Leah Creative. April here, as always. So excited that you're here. Today, as you may see, we are going to do a composition notebook flip through. I have so many of these, so I decided this would be the perfect time since the last video project that I made and recorded. I failed to hit record. So fun. So let's get started. And as always, if you like these types of videos, comment below and let me know. We are going to start out with, I just chose one at random here, with the volume 8, which is from 2024 to 2025, so fairly recent one. And we are going to get started. So with my composition notebooks, they will all vary a little bit, but we have some common themes and they develop as they go along. So as we look back at some of the older ones, it's kind of fun to see how they've evolved. And I like to revisit them because sometimes there will be a page or a prompt or an idea that I thoroughly enjoyed, but I forgot about. So this one, I created just a very simple prompt list here. And we'll give it a little bit more. We have layered pages, pockets, scribbles, ugly page, neurographic, bubbles, sticker vomit, monthly page, bucket list, collage, monster, rabbits, robots, face, persons, page, goop, poem, maps, coloring page, swatch, mark making, circles, flowers, creepy travel, holiday, ugly page drips, mortars, washi, mushrooms, colors I hate, postcards, take pull page, chunk mail, witchy page, journal page, spell page, flower petals, creature, books, movie, and TV. So as you can see, this had a lot of prompts, and the idea is never to do all of the prompts. It is simply to have them to choose from, should I choose. I did a fun scrapey paint background on here and used up some stickers, some stamps from Tim Holtz, and a little sweet tart ropes package. This is this is a candy that I love, and I'm not sure why, but just love these little sweet tart ropes. So good. I don't like sweet tarts, so why I like these, I don't know. All right, so let's get right in. I never know how long these videos are going to be, so I try to go quickly, but I am do tend to go on a bit of a tangent. So let me know if you like more or less information. Would you be interested in just a shorts version where it's just kind of a quick flip through with no talking? I am open to adding those as well. Or do you like the chatty? So November, we have the scrapbook club box. So this was when I ordered the Grabby art box. I wanted the Halloween box. I did not get the Halloween box. I did not get it in time. It was a whole thing. So I did eventually get a box, but it just wasn't the one I wanted. And it was after I had canceled. So it was an unexpected art box. And yeah, so I just, filled this in with some stickers. This cat was so fun. I do believe it's an image idea that I got on maybe Pinterest or something like that. But what is fun about it is they did it on the inside of an envelope, and that created such a fun little texture. Got our little tea wrapper here. Oh, this is a fantastic page. This is great. If I ever just want to go back and add something, I can. Now here we have this page. This page, I started out using strips, and it is what I would call a use it up page. I had a lot of different pieces and I just wanted to put them all in one place. And that is what I ended up doing here. I struggled with it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why it was so hard for me to do, but I did end up liking the look of it. Over on this side, this is where we introduce our character, Mert. This is when he first came about. Mert is a very grumpy, raggedy sort of bear. Um, why does he say bullet? It is not because he wants to shoot people. It is, this was like from a bullet journal thing, and I had cut it out, so that's why it says bullet. But Mert might be thinking about such a thing. I don't know. He's mostly peaceful. I think he's just grumpy. And so I just drew him right over the top of this. And what I like is that you can see all the textures from the papers that I collaged. And it kind of makes Mirth this cheerful color that is the opposite of him, which is so fun, and it fits his patchwork theming so well. So this is, I feel like I have flipped this before. but that it never made it. Like something happened. But this last December. So apparently this was my plans was do Advent gifts, light viewing, Christmas movies, make cookies, game night, winter solstice celebration, Christmas, and the zoo. And then something here. This was the wrapping paper that I wrapped our gifts in last year. Or was it the year before? No, it was last year. And this is a little piece of paper where my daughter had drawn some cute little animals, and I put that in. And then this is ephemera that I made from scrap paper, I believe. Yeah, or painted papers that I made these little wonky trees. And apparently, I got me a caramel latte with almond milk, and I'm sure I didn't like it because I don't like iced coffee. I like the idea of iced coffee. I like iced coffee in theory, but when I get it places, I don't really like it. So we went on a Christmas light drive and got Starbucks. Oh yeah, it wasn't good. This page is a Christmas version that our local park has. It's a little fairy trail that they have it up all year, and there's these little hidden fairies that you could find. And so for Christmas they did a special Christmas version of it, and I thought that was really fun. So I used that map here on the background and put in some more of my wonky trees, and then this little piece from a restaurant that my son and I eat at. We actually like it in another city better. This location was a little bit weird when you went in. It was like they had a little Amazon shop or something going on in there with all kinds of non-food things to buy. It was odd. I go there for the crab rangoons or the I think that's what they're called. Wontons here. Fried cream wontons. So good. But the other location is better. They're both kind of quaint, I should say. So very simple page. Did some washi here. This page. Wow. This is an ugly page. It is ugly. There are so many things to say about this. I have my self-care recovery bear here. And these were like salt and pepper shakers that I cut out of a magazine for some reason, and I just decided to make them work in here. And he's like, "Oh, my dear, I do believe you've lost your damn mind." Um, yeah, so this is kind of a mess. You just have to take it for what it is. A bunch of things on a page. Here we have our Choctaw Christmas card from my tribe, which I put in. And then I was practicing my Choctaw language here, just part of my reclaiming my heritage. And then this is also from the newspaper where they have a feature where they will have kind of a miniature Choctaw language lesson. And then I did my own writing here. And this is a little envelope window that I thought would be fun to put in. And just some doodling, just a little doodling. And oh, more of those little cutouts. Oh, so this page says do what you love. I know this was a magazine image that I really held on to for a while. I just thought it was beautiful. Can't remember what it was out of. It could have been Daphne's diary, but I can't swear to it. And then it just looks like some ephemera. This is a sticker from a local plumbing company, and I think they have an excellent um, logo mascot here. A sticker that I picked up somewhere, sticker from headphones, and this is from when I got my 2025 Hobonichi last year, and I'll be using the 2026 this year. So this page, I was gonna make a complaining thing about something in there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be a little bit positive because the world has enough negativity, and goodness knows I am prone to falling into it myself with the current state of things. So this page is, I took all of these black and white from, at one point I had put together this collection of collage elements by color. And so I had kind of taped them all on there with washi tape and like had them loose with the idea that I could look through this, pull out the colors of ephemera that I needed, but then I forgot I had it. And I found it and I pulled it out. So I just made a spread here. And then we do have our lovely Raina in photo here. And then I took this packaging to create this fun little pocket that opens. And we have our three babies here. We have Kiwi. Oh, let me see if I can get it closer for you. Oh. So we have Kiwi, he's a baby. Raina, she's me. And Stormy, she's sweet and chonky. And then I just wrote A Cat's Life. All three of our fur babies in Stormy's, my bed, Kiwi in Stormy's spot, and Stormy in Kiwi's window spot, and Raina in the middle, laying on my black purse. No one was hissing, so I guess this was a rare, peaceful moment. And it is still, they still fuss at each other. Like they're not mean to each other most of the time, but they're a little fussy. So next up, we have this very vibrant page where I was playing around with my words of the year and kind of some symbols and some ideas here. Highlights for the year, I believe, on this page. We had some snow. We had a foggy zoo day. I do remember that. That was fun. Joshua turned 19. I was having iron infusions. We went to IKEA and I did some tarot readings. Now, this page is one of my, you can call them layered pages, cascading pages. I just call them layered pages. And it looks like this one is sticker vomit. And then I had cut out one of my, a photo of one of my little guys. And this was all just using up happy planner stickers that I don't really care about, like not going to use them. So I just put them all here and then choose kind over cool. And then this little Titanic, this was from a wrapper from a fast food place, as was this crossword puzzle. And then I created this little window pocket. So you see our little guy here looking through and this cute little cat. Focus on the fun and whimsical. We got a little crow up here in the corner. Again, my classic paint scraping background that I enjoy doing so much. Oh, so this was a use it up page, which was one of the prompts. And that is essentially what I'm doing. I'm just using up all sorts of different things like stickers and junk. This is another page that I struggled with because I first put down this scrapbook paper, which in theory I like, but in reality I don't think I do. And I found it really hard to coordinate things with it for whatever reason. So I just ended up putting some ephemera, a quote. I was talking here about how I'm expanding my mindset and trying new ideas and things, experiment and let myself learn and grow. And then I had made this little zine called Revealing. This is from 2/4 of 2025. And it just says, My heart is a place with history of mayhem and magic, of heartbreak and of healing hope, of betrayal and forgiveness, of love lost and of love found, and of stories written and told. So that came out very cute. This is from a candy wrapper. I may have already said that. All right, so here we do so have some journaling in here. Who knows what it's about? We're not going to try to read that. Rarely is my journaling something I'm going to go back and read. It's usually just getting out thoughts and feelings. And a lot of times you may not see that in my journals because I often just literally cover it all the way up. Like it may be the base layer after this paint scraping, it might be underneath some scrapbook paper. In this case, I actually just journaled through the middle. And this is one of my little zombie flowers that I like to make. And this cute little guy, he's so fun. And then this was a sticker from a sticker book, and I forget the name of it, but I use them a lot. This is a page that it doesn't, it's out of my box, out of my comfort zone. I wrote, The gloomy winter days give way to the sunny awakening of the awaiting spring. We used some Jane Davenport, some things from the Gravity Art Box, and some magazine cutouts and craft paper. And I even got textured by putting in these little gold gems and some raised stickers, which is, again, out of my comfort zone because I do bulk up my journals quite a bit. So I know going in, if I do this too early, it's going to create some issues. And here we have, so I was still working at my job here, my online job. So this was just some information. So a lot of this journal was in a time that I was struggling greatly. I was barely hanging on. I was experiencing extreme health issues, fatigue, where I could not sometimes get out of bed. I would get out of bed. I would force myself to work, and then immediately after, just right back to bed. That was my life, and it was really starting to show. But the times that I did journal, I think, was one of the only things that was keeping me from going over the edge there. So we did go to our Choctaw Nation cultural meeting that was close to us because we're further now away now that we don't live in Oklahoma anymore. And that was so much fun. And we have another zombie flower. And I just tipped this in, got some quotes, ephemera, just a collage page. Whenever I'm going through a lot of stress, I find I revert to collage, more collagey than I do like art, more gluing and sticking because it is more relaxing and less stressful. I don't know if you find that to be true or not. Just a little cutout. I thought maybe it was going to come up this page that just says list. Oh, it doesn't. It opens. Oh, I forgot about this. It says respond to every call that excites your spirit. Using more things here that are not necessarily feeling like my style, getting out of my comfort zone. We have a bookmark, some magazine ephemera that I made, more work stuff. And currently, let's look at what I was doing at this time when I know I was falling apart, but I probably didn't know it then. So I was The Creative Act. I believe that was a book. Joyful, that was a book. Gossip Girl, I was binging that. I was staying home a lot because I couldn't do anything else. Working on Aaliyah Creative when I could, coloring, gluing stuff, cutting stuff, pickles. Apparently, there were lots of pickles in my life at this time. Veggie chips, taking my meds, very important. Iron infusion, taking Amber to the doctor, and of course, when I'm getting out on my nature walks, looking for mushrooms and moss, which I still do that. So another fun collage page. Even though this is again not quite my style, I do like the way that it came out, and I got to use up a lot of things that I normally wouldn't. Bright bold colors here. This is my pillows that I bought from IKEA, and I have learned to just buy when something really like catches my eye and I'm drawn to it, to get that instead of going for a cheaper alternative. I still have these pillows and I love them, and they're actually pillow covers. So, if I get tired of them, I can put them away for a while. But initially, it's something I would have resisted buying because it didn't go with the theme I had in the living room, which was more beachy blues. But now we've kind of transformed into this green wildlife thing. And this says Season of Creative Paper Pages. Again, not really anything behind that other than just sticking things on the page. Here we have another black and white and red spread. That's some more of that paper from the food wrapper from, I wish I could remember which restaurant, but I've been laying around for so long before I finally used it. My little cat and my little bear I drew. And then this is from a book, and it says, keep up the habit. When these pages are full, start a new notebook and carry it with you everywhere. And I think that's Steal Like an Artist book. And then we have a winter page. It says winter, but is it really 75 in February? Well, I can relate to that now because I'm pretty sure it's in the high 80s and it is November the 16th today. So, still continuing with that warm weather. We've got some photos here. My son with food. Oh, we were having our favorite at Kura, the revolving sushi restaurant. We like the dessert with the little fish and ice cream. It's like a bean paste pastry and ice cream. It's so good. Kiwi, and then this was probably a Christmas or New Year's spread. And what's hiding behind here? A zombie flower. um, a very non-Christmassy spread. I believe I was doing all of my Christmas journaling in another journal. This page was, wow, a hot mess. It started out very colorful, and then I muted it back with the messy black and went in with some pops of pink and more of my flowers and this guy, just to say, be creepy cute, which can definitely be the style that I have sometimes. And now we have this page, which is we do have some journaling here. Use your voice. And I believe that This was where I was really urging myself to stand up for myself and to say what was going on. And the mess of this page fully represents what I was going through at the time. And then we have a little card here. Oh, I wrote a little card to myself. Let's see what I had to say. Oh, God. Dear me, stop trying to control everyone's happiness and mood. You are trying to avoid feeling bad about them feeling bad. This is not helpful or healthy, even if you mean well. You know it's true. And yeah, that's true. Let me know. Do you ever do that? Write little notes to yourself? It's something that I have started doing recently, and I find it very impactful. I wish I would do it more. We have our kiwi here. I did a little circle of him. I was using up some of this from Daphne's diary, and of course there was a poem here. And then I covered it with a wine wrapper from my favorite cheap wine from Aldi. Although I do think the green apple has surpassed as my favorite since then. We have this little flippy flip here where we have our mermaid secrets. And I don't think we ever remembered to write the secrets in there. No, we didn't. But there are secrets and they are still unknown. Just collage here. We did some of the writing. I think it's isometric writing, maybe, where you are writing not to be read. It's just nonsense scribbles. Be kind to yourself and love wins. I do love this colorful page. I loved using the teals here against these vibrant colors. Now we do have a little bit of art and we do have some journaling. And this was about somewhere we went out to eat. Joshua was attending WGU. And then I had fun drawing this little mystical girl here. Did so many layers to get her where she was. Now we have a quote here. It says, "All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream," by Edgar Allan Poe, which flips up and doesn't have anything behind it. And we have a graffiti page. And then my February, what's happening here? Filed our taxes. I finished my iron infusions. Although I ended up having to go back for more. Josh took his driving test. We paid off a lot of debt. Josh got his driver's license. Amber started therapy. And we went to the Choctaw meeting that I talked about earlier. So, Valentine's Day, I do remember that this was a mental health day for me. I woke sad and angry with all the tears. I ate honey wheat bread and local honey. Oh, that was good. We got the fresh bread from the bakery near us. Art journaling. I did some mental health journaling. We had a Lego night, which was fun. And Josh made us brownies and fried honey cakes. And this says, take the time you need because I was working on the 100-day project, which I have no idea if I finished that or not. I do actually think I did. I did. I did finish. Here we just have, I was practicing writing some of the Choctaw language and just some things from magazines and ephemera. Another collage page. This is another one where I was purposely using up some things. I think I started, I may have done a video on this page. I'm not sure. But oh, it was a use it up page. So I was really going through and trying to use up images, which resulted in collage. And this is a squirrel here. So we have a park close to us, and these squirrels get fed. People feed them peanuts. So they're very friendly. And if you have food, they will come up and they will eat right out of your hand. They will, yeah, it's pretty cool. And I do feed them. I usually take almonds, which they really enjoy and because they get a lot of peanuts. And if they see me coming, they will come a running because they know it's the nut lady, crazy nut lady. And then I did this lady where the background was the color of her face and hair. That was really fun to do. And then avoid the toxic, which I thought again. struggling in these. And I think you may not see it, but I can see bits and pieces in here of how I was struggling. This was a really odd page. This was my ritual page where I was just documenting doing some tea and tarot, self care bath, morning gratitude, new year, calling in positive energy. And we just have a collection of goodies here. So we have some chocolates from these chocolate mushrooms. I usually get these at Five Below. They are so good. And of course, a shark, because, why not? Why not? And then we are getting close to the end here. We had a Yahtzee night, and I did this photo collage on Canva to document it. And Kiwi was very interested in my wine. Game night for the win, and this was packaging from a sticker package that I reused. And then just more collage, lots of collage. It's very collage heavy. Here we have another use it up page, more collage, very, very collagey. And then this was documenting a Lego night. When you sometimes have an idea for how a page is going to come out and then it doesn't. So I use the things from the Lego brochure to decorate it, and then a photo of our finished project. And fun note, I am very bad at Legos. Very, very, very bad. Like, I had to have my kids help me. And yeah. So it's gone full circle from me being a mom, buying Legos for my kids, and having to put them together badly, to me now having to help my kids help me put them together. And then this is a neat, fun little, this is from my Hobonichi Techo, this little leaflet, and it folds out like that. So fun. I like that I was able to put it in there and preserve its entirety. We've got a fortune cookie. It says, on a bright Saturday morning, a solution to a problem will appear. We did some journaling here, and really, really tiny little zine that actually doesn't have any writing, just stickers. And then for the final page, this is a Freddy's hamburger wrapper back here with a little pocket that has nothing in it and a zombie flower. So, what did we learn about this book? I was losing my mind, zombie flowers, and also collage, lots of collage. And then I did put a little tassel on it. I just hole punched a little hole and tied it on there. I really had the idea of adding more charms, but it hasn't happened. Still could. And that is it. So Just Play Volume 8. What did you think? And again, if you like these types of videos and you hung with me all the way to the end, put Just Play in the comments, and so that I'll know you actually made it through the video. All right, guys, have a great day. Go create something and talk to you later. Bye.